Hello everybody! Today I will be showing you how to make this Heron's fountain with materials you have at home. To build this, you will need 3 empty bottles with the plastic peeled off of them. It is preferable if the bottles have a wider cap because we will be drilling into the cap, and it's easier if the cap is a little bit bigger. The next thing you'll need is 3 straws that are all the same size, and you need 3 colors and 4 of each color. The next thing you'll need is a drill, a flat drill bit that is a little bit smaller than the cap of the bottle, a drill bit that is a little bit bigger than the straws, a hot glue gun, hot glue sticks, and scissors. First, grab 2 of your bottles and unscrew their caps. Place the caps on the table and grab your hot glue gun. Hot glue one of the caps until it is fully covered with glue. Next, place the other cap on top of it and squish them together so that there's no gaps of air and they are fully sealed. Next, once the cap is fully dried, take a marker and draw where you want to be drilling the holes. Make sure they're evenly spaced and around the same size as the drill bit. Grab the drill with the drill bit inside that is a little bit bigger than the straws. Next, drill one of the holes. Make sure that you are being careful when you are doing this and do not damage the surface you are working on. I put down a cork mat to make sure that I did not damage the table I was drilling into. Drill the second hole and make sure to peel away all materials, and it should look something like this at the end, and it should be perfectly clear throughout the holes. Once that is done, grab a straw. Pick any color you'd like. If there's a bendy part, cut the bendy part off. Next, grab another straw that is the same color and do the same thing. Now cut 1/2 inch into one of the straws because we need to do this to lengthen it. So, place one of the straws inside the straw that you cut. You do not need to push it past where you cut, just to where you cut. Reinforce the whole thing with hot glue to prevent any leakage and set it to dry. While the straw is drying, grab another colored straw. I will be using red and cut off the bendy part if there is one. Next, place the red straw through one of the holes that you just cut. Place it around 2 inches from the top. Now screw it back into the bottle. Once that is in place and adjusted properly, grab your hot glue gun. Now we will be reinforcing the red straw with hot glue. To do this, simply cover the hole of the red straw with hot glue like this. Make sure to then unscrew the cap and reinforce the other side to prevent any leakage. Once that is done, screw it in place and let it dry. Make sure to adjust to make sure the straw is straight. While we let that dry, grab the straw that you lengthened, mine is the blue one, and we are going to unscrew the cap and place the blue straw from the bottom in the other hole of the bottle cap. We have to do this from the bottom because the part we lengthened is too thick to fit through the hole. Now, for the blue straw, you want to set it so it's hovering above the bottom of the bottle, around 1 centimeter or so. Once that is done, grab your hot glue gun and reinforce the blue straw the same way we reinforced the red one. Make sure to prevent leakage to reinforce the blue straw from the other side. Now, set that to dry. Make sure though when you are setting it to dry that both straws, if they have not finished drying, are straight. As of right now, this is what it should look like. The blue straw should be hovering from the bottom and the red straw should be around 2 inches down, around 1/5 of the bottle size. The next thing you need to do is grab that second bottle and place it on some type of surface to prevent your surface from getting damaged while we drill a hole into the bottom of the bottle. So use your flat drill bit like I'm doing here and start to try to drill a hole into the bottom. This can be very challenging, so be careful. Make sure to protect yourself from any particles that fly around. If you do not want to use a drill, you can use a knife. This is what it should look like in the end. Next, take the third bottle cap and draw holes on it like we did for the first 2 bottle caps. We will be drilling this cap as well and creating holes that are the same size as the straw but just a little bit bigger. Take your drill bit that's a little bit bigger than the straws and drill holes into the cap. Make sure to pluck out any of the excess that comes out on the other side to make sure you have clear holes, and it should look like this. Now we are going to check if the hole we drilled is big enough and the small holes that we drilled are visible through the bottle. Next, grab that first bottle and grab a straw that is the same color as the shorter straw that's only 2 inches from the top of the first bottle, and cut off the bendy part if there is one. Next, lengthen the red straw. To do this, again cut 1/2 inch into one of the straws. Now place the other straw into where you cut and reinforce the whole thing with hot glue. Once the red straw is dried, cut it around 3/4 up the bottle. Once we have cut the red straw, now we need to lengthen the blue straw again. To do this, cut off the bendy part of another blue straw, cut around 1/2 inch into one of the straws, and place the other straw inside. Reinforce the whole thing with hot glue. It is a new day for me, so the lighting has changed. So what you want to do is to check that you're on the right track, is to screw your bottle in the top. What should happen is that the blue straw should go through the top and the red straw should be around 3/4 the way from the top. Next, grab that third bottle. My apologies, there should not be a cap on this bottle. The cap for this bottle is the one sitting on the cork mat. So what you're going to want to do is draw a blue line around the center of the bottle and try cutting it with scissors. This might be challenging at first, but trust me, it is possible. Once it is finally cut, this is what it should look like. Next, grab your third set of colored straws and grab 2 of them and cut off the bendy part. Once that is done, next place your cap over the hole and place one of the straws through the hole. Place the straw around 1 to 2 inches from the bottom of the bottle. After that is done, reinforce the whole thing with hot glue. Make sure to reinforce both sides with hot glue to fully prevent any leakage. After that is done, screw on the bottle with the hole at the bottom onto the first bottle. The next thing we are going to do is feed the blue straw through the other hole in the bottle cap. Make sure when you do this that the straws are parallel with each other and that they are evenly lined up. Next, lift up the bottle cap so that we can place hot glue in between that and the bottle. Make sure to add enough hot glue so that there are no leaks. Next, reinforce the blue straw. Do not worry about reinforcing it from the other side. Here I'm just adding more hot glue. Feel free to add more until you think it is fully covered. This is how much I ended up adding. Once the hot glue is fully dried, take your scissors and cut off the blue straw, like this. You want to cut the straw right by the cap so that the water will drain properly and will not pool. Once that is done, screw on the half bottle. When that is finished and in place, grab a straw that is the same color as the one that's in the middle bottle that's only 1 inch from the top. Now you're going to eye where you want the spout to be. In this video I eyed it a little tall. This is what I ended up choosing though. You can cut the spout to your liking so that it is a faster stream or angled. Now we're going to reinforce that, so simply unscrew the half bottle. Again, do what we have been doing and cut 1/2 inch into the straw and reinforce that all with hot glue. Make sure you don't push past where you cut, just to where you cut. Again, reinforce the whole thing with hot glue. While that was drying, I decided to grab a bottle that I filled with plain water and some yellow food coloring. I simply just added food coloring to the bottle, shook it up, and now I had yellow water to use in the fountain. Once everything was dried and in place, I screwed on the half bottle. Next, I poured the yellow water into the fountain. Right now, the water from the top bottle is flowing through the blue straw and going into the bottom bottle. Next, to prep the fountain, Flip it over. Make sure that you have something to catch any excess water. Now the water is flowing from the red straw into the second bottle. By doing this, you are prepping the fountain by adding water to the second bottle. By second bottle, I am meaning the middle bottle. Next, just pour in the water and the fountain should run. Eventually, the fountain stops running when either the middle bottle is out of water or the bottom bottle water line goes up to the red straw. When this occurs, just flip the bottle over again to reset it and add more water to the top. So how does this work? When water flows down the blue straw, it fills up the bottom bottle. As it fills up the bottom bottle, the air is displaced in the bottom bottle and the air pressure then pushes up air into the middle bottle. When air is pushed up into the middle bottle, the water has no other place to go except out the green straw and up into the fountain effect. Thanks for watching. I hope everyone enjoyed how to build a Heron's fountain and tries it for themselves.